I looked into the 75/75 with the thought in mind that we would try and fairly distribute the extra cost to the employees throughout all of the employees, and it does change the distribution a little bit so that people who have families and spouses don't take as big a hit, and the people who are single take a hit as well. I would like to note, however, that I had sent everybody an email that talks about how much this would go up, and the fact that in reality, each taxpayer would pay an additional, I think it was 34 cents per thousand. Maybe it was $3.40 per 100,000 on their home. So if you have a $200,000 home, your taxes, because of the health, will go up $6.68, whereas each of the employees' amounts would go up $500, $600, $700 each, which in effect gives us all a pay decrease instead of anything. So I think at this time, I would like to see if you guys want to try to start lowering some of the health insurance costs if we start doing something where we grandfather. You know, if you guys want to change the benefits, then over time, the town could save money by grandfathering the people who are here, and then as attrition happens, then you would save money, because quite frankly, health insurance is just a cost of doing business. So that's where I am with this. FICA's FICA. The main PERS is going up to 7% as of July 1st for the employer. I believe that the employee is 8 or 8.5%. Medicare and all that other stuff. Okay, so general insurance, that is our property and casualty insurance. We have the bill for the first half, so I know what that is. The second half bill, I just added 5% to, and did that. You'll notice last year we underspent that line quite a bit. The reason it was underspent is because we had a dividend, which does not happen every year. So that decreased our line.
Yeah, $3,600.
Yeah, it was a little less than that. We were a little bit under, but workers' compensation, we've talked about that.
Yeah.
Computer hardware, this year,
This piece of comp is just the office,
that's
correct?
just the office. And I've even this year separated out the telecom for Shannon and Alden and the animal control.
And we, as an entire town, your portion of that takes a hit, even if the accident occurred in a different department. Okay.
Yeah, mine raises by the same percentage as everybody
Okay.
else's.
Town.
The reason mine's so low is because most of my workers are office workers and we're not really expensive.
Yep.
Workers' compensation, computer hardware. I like to keep $1,000 in this line just in case one of our computers goes haywire. The other $500 is we need to add a printer to our office this year because the MVR, the motor vehicle registrations, are going to start being printed not on the carbon paper. We're going to have it on a laser printer. And so we have to buy a dedicated laser printer for that. And so that's what the extra $500 is for. I put nothing in software. I bought Publisher last year, so there's nothing that I can think of that we would really need. And if it was something that telecommunications needs, they have some money for software in their budget. So I'm not really very concerned about that. Trio, Harris software, it is what it is. It's what we use on a daily basis. That's the actual price this year because we've already received the bill. I think we've actually already paid it. The equipment lease is the copier in the other room, the big copier. Publications, unfortunately, a lot of the books that Paul wanted to purchase this year didn't come out in print until now. And so we have to kind of budget for that $1,800 again in order to purchase those Mubeck books that we need to have by ordinance here in the office. Furnishing and equipment, $150 doesn't go very far, but in case we need a bench or, I don't know, bookshelves or something like that. It's good to have something on
Don't need
hand.
much of a bench for 150 either.
No, I know.
Much of a chair for 150, really, but
IKEA all the way. Supplies, a lot of the office supplies has to do with the copy fees that we pay in the other room, which is one of the reasons it's gone up so much.
So we're
there's-
using more than we initially anticipated with that lease?
Well, I don't know if it's more than we anticipated, but we do spend a lot on the actual copies because we're allotted so many and we always go over. And around budget time, you know, we're paying $500 a month for copies because I make these books. Selectmen's discretionary, you know, we use that for flowers and stuff when somebody who is in our community, we lose somebody or somebody we need to send flowers to. General services, supplies, this is the cleaning supplies, so that's where the $400 is. The security is not going up this year. Generator maintenance, we overspent this line last year because we had some issues with the generator. The $300 is actually what it costs for the maintenance, so the maintenance itself has gone up as well. Medicare and FICA are for our cleaning lady. Propane, we usually get 2 shipments a year, about 500 gallons or so. So with the price that we've contracted with, I'm pretty confident we can do that within $1,500. Let's see here. Telephone, no, I'm missing something. Oh, maintenance and repairs. You know, I didn't put a lot of money in this line, mainly because we're going to be going on in a second to a capital budget. So we have money in a capital budget to do maintenance and repairs on this building. Telephone, that's what we pay now that we have Fairpoint. It's gone down quite a bit from our last company. And our janitorial is what we pay our cleaning lady. Electricity, yep, go ahead.
Back on that generator maintenance,
Yeah,
you're asking for 300.
yep. That's just for when he
Yeah.
comes in.
And in the past years, we've budgeted roughly
250.
250 or so, and we've kind of spent it. This year, obviously, for that. But the price of everything has gone up. I'm wondering if that's really, is that enough?
It is for one maintenance. If anything goes wrong with the
That's
generator,
right.
then we have an issue.
Right, that's what I mean. I mean, I don't want to cut so short that we're,
Okay.
you know, I don't want to have $10,000 in a $1,000 savings
Well,
account,
to
but
be-
I don't want to be too short.
To be really honest, I was very low on some of my bids, I think, or my numbers this year, because I'm trying to keep taxes down.
I know, and I am too, but there's certain areas we don't want to
Okay.
cut too close. We kind of really need that.
So how much more do you think we, a
Well, I was thinking a couple hundred.
couple
we
hundred
expended-
more?
Bring that up to 500?
Yeah, we expended almost 6 last year.
Right.
And it is getting older, and we had that problem. My gut feeling is we may run into something like that again.
Another problem, okay. Okay, I have no problem.
I don't really want to add it, but I don't want to be cut too short. So
Okay. Take any ideas that you guys have.
that doesn't mean the budget committee will be happy about it, but
Electricity, you know, Chief was saying the other night that he thought it was gonna go down. I've heard that it's supposed to go up. So I took what we spent last year and added 5% to it. And I did that with the streetlights as well. So because we spent less last year than we actually budgeted, it went down for the town building, but the streetlights we overspent, so it went up for the streetlights. Union Church, security, electricity, telephone. That telephone went down because we changed to Fairpoint over there as well. Election payroll, we sliced that. We're not getting any of the booths this year, so 1,500 should be more than enough for our election expenses. FICA, Medicare, that's all for election workers. Legal expenses, I may be cutting it down a little too far, but I made it down to 8,000. Last year we spent $6,777, but that includes the money that we spent on the legal problems with the county. So I think that we could, unless we run into a big problem, we could easily go within $8,000.
What did we send the county? I know we sent them two different bunches
There
of money.
were a bunch, there were a bunch of different monies. I can't tell you exactly how much it was. I think it was about $2,000 or $3,000.
Okay, that's what I was guessing,
So the actual, and that also, that 677.7 also includes $1,200 for our tax anticipation note. So really, we didn't spend that much money with Linnell Choate Weber last year.
Will that cover if we have to have another tax anticipation note this year?
Yeah. Because it's $1,200 for the tax anticipation note, so that still leaves the $6,800 for any legal issues that we have. And we also have MMA as a
Backup?
Resource, yeah.
backup resource too.
Yeah, all right. I know those can be unpredictable, but
They're very unpredictable,
Yeah.
you know, if you don't have any claims. But we're also protected somewhat, you know, and we have had issues in the past that are covered by our insurance, and we pay $2,500 as our deductible. But beyond that, they pay for all the one that we had with the human rights not too long ago. Cost us $2,500.
Did we see an uptick in our premium as a result of those claims?
I have not seen an uptick in the premium because of those claims. I can make the phone call and see if that's gonna be an issue. Audit expenses are what they are. We've already been through our audit. We're finishing up the paperwork, but, it's pretty much done. MMA dues have gone up a little bit. GP cog dues, is that Jeff? Not Jeff, Josh. GP cog dues are what they are. They're the same as last year. Dues, training, and mileage, I lowered that a little bit. Not much, a little bit. Tax billing, that's when we pay to get our tax bills sent out. Liens and discharges, we do a lot of liening, and we have to discharge the liens, so it's very expensive.
Do we lean to the right or the left?
town reports printing?
That goes in telecom, so we'll get there.
All right.
Advertising and postage. Postage, we have a lot of legal paperwork that we have to send in certified mail, so it gets very, very expensive. Any questions on that part?
No.
Nope.
So overall, though, it looks like your budget,
Went up just a touch, like
right, less than
1,400, yeah.
less than 0.5%.
Yeah,
That's good.
yep. And we also took more income in the building permits, electric permits, a bunch of that other stuff, so I think we'll have to raise less. Now, right after that is a capital budget that I want to talk about. This building has been ignored for a while. I keep putting $800 in for painting, but every time I put $800 in for painting, we spend it on maintenance. And $800 will only buy the paint, it won't buy somebody to paint, and don't have any problems painting, but somehow I've not gotten to it. But, so I put $5,000 in to have the town hall painted. And then $20,000 for possible renovation. Paul's brought several ideas to you. We don't think that the biggest one would fly, so we're thinking that one of the smaller ones maybe we can get to. The roof, we have an actual bid on. I don't think this place has been roofed since 1985 when the building was built.
No, I don't think so.
Are we having issues? Are we having,
Not that I know of.
Not yet, but I've
Right.
looked at it a few times, and
it's time?
yeah, usually what happens, they get to a point, and then it goes all at once.
Right.
So that's what we kind of want.
And the other issue with this budget too is all of the money that we put in this budget, if we decide we don't need it and it's not spent, puts back into the specific funds. So it's not, this isn't money that we're raising from taxes, and it's not money that's gonna be lost if we don't spend it. And we always go out to bid if we do something, so, you know, we would get the best possible price.
This rough estimate that you have, is this for asphalt still?
For the roof,
Yeah.
I think it's included in your paperwork, which we probably shouldn't hand around too much, but
It is,
I believe so.
It includes
Oh, is
under,
this it right here? Okay. Does it say how many square? I don't see that.
it just says, architectural shingle.
It'll all have to go out anyways again, so.
Yeah, well, I was just curious if we had a rough idea how many square there was, because I have numbers in my head that I know I use, numbers used, so I could kind of compare. That doesn't mean I'm a little crazy, I just,
You could organize a group of volunteers to come down and.
you know, I've suggested that in the past about a couple things, and people just get up in arms about it. Because it's, what happens if somebody gets hurt? Well, if they
Right.
walk into this town office and they trip and fall, what happens if they get hurt?
I know.
You know, I mean,
I mean, there was a time when people really
That's-
did, you know,
yeah,
there was
that's
the
what
whole
you
sense
did,
of
but-
community and you jumped in and you helped out.
I don't
and
know
you
if-
Painted the town hall or
What's up with the
whatever it
heating
was.
system?
The heating system, so last year, our air conditioning actually went down. It's the air conditioning side of the heating system, but it's all one unit.
Yep.
Actually, it's 2 units, it's one for either side. And the gentleman who looked at it felt that it might not last more than a year. And so we're looking into the possibility of the, what are they called?
Heat pumps?
Yeah, which are about $4,000 a piece, and depending on what we decide, we could do maybe one over here and one over
Yeah,
there
2 or 3 of them.
with the backup of the electric.
Yep.
So that's where, that's what that is
is
for.
the electric still hooked up?
Yeah,
It is, okay.
yeah,
I thought that was been turned off or something.
I thought so too, but it does work.
Okay.
I know, because I get cold sometimes. So that's what I'm thinking. We have the 39,000 actually in a municipal building account that's been building over time with interest. I mean, it's the interest that we collect during the year goes into that account. And then there's something called town office reserve, and that's not the entire amount in the town office reserve. But like I said, those monies would go back into those accounts if we didn't spend them.
Could we take all of those monies and consolidate it into some kind of capital account for town hall? Or I don't know whether it requires an active town meeting or what have you to,
I don't think it requires a town meeting. These figures are from the assigned fund balance. And from what I understand from the auditors, those are kind of numbers, for the most part, that we've decided to do. That these are funds that we've decided to. The only thing being, you know, the vote is needed for like where the public works funds automatically go into the capital account.
Right.
Where the fire department funds automatically go into the, yeah. Okay, so you guys don't have any more questions on that one?
Nope.
Let's look.
Animal control?
We can look at animal.
That's next, in my book.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is, but I don't have nothing in it.
She handed it up to you.
Oh, that's the one you gave me?
Well, it's actually just a sheet of paper, but I actually think I handed it out last time.
You got one there? Another one? What are you trying to say?
I can,
No, that's administration.
you guys have the animal control or not?
No.
Want me to make copies of you, for you?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I don't have it.
Okay, well, I didn't know you guys didn't have it. I thought I handed it out last time.
You actually, I do remember something, but I don't remember what it was.
did, I just have to find it.
So I'm kinda hand scratching on some of this. She's getting it, I won't go any further. Maybe it's in that one, I don't know.
Ordinance meeting? I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know?
Hey, Todd.
You're supposed to have one tonight, are
Don't
ya?
mind if we bust you guys out of here, right?
I don't care. Sounds good to me.
We're just about to do your budget, so.
Guys. I don't know, it might be a raffle.
You supposed to have an ordinance meeting in here tonight?
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we were.
At 7 or 6:30?
Huh?
At 7 or 6:30?
You're the only one here?
What time are you guys?
There's two more here.
This way. So far.
Who else is coming?
No, you guys aren't even started, right?
No,
Oh, we're
Oh, we've been
halfway
at-
through.
halfway.
We've got a half hour into it.
Yeah, we started at 6. We can,
What we could do is close over the curtain and stick them in Paul's office.
We'll go over the Grange Hall?
Yeah, yeah.
Do that, or you can go over the Eureka Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Eureka Center.
That's right, you don't call it that.
That's back in the old, that's old
Sorry,
time.
that's Grange Hall.
Do you
Well,
want the key, Todd?
You don't mind? Awesome. Sorry about that.
No.
I guess we better check the schedule, make sure we don't do that again.
No?
Jill doesn't do our ordinance meetings,
No,
so I don't
they're
know.
workshops, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I emailed Ruth, but I guess I never said, do anything. I didn't know.
It should be pretty cut and dried.
Should be.
No, it was a while ago, so probably the things got changed around.
Yeah, so we can manage in December.
thank you.
Oh, yeah, I see, now you guys have it. I'll screw all three of out that. How's that?
Same amount of energy. Do all 3 as it is to do 1.
You people look so lost, I feel so sorry for you.
We trumped you. Trump being the key word.
There's no
I had to laugh.
key. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
More on camera. I'll say it like that.
Yep, you ready?
Okay, let's go back to animal control.
Thanks, Todd.
Fun.
Oh, yeah,
you.
thanks. Bunch of fun.
People without a country, I feel so bad for you guys.
All right, animal
right.
control.
Animal control is pretty self-explanatory. I did raise the stipend by 500, but the reason I did that is not necessarily as a raise, but as a
Mileage.
trade-off for the mileage.
Yep.
So we took the 702 out for the mileage and put $500 into the stipend. FICA, Medicare, there's workers' comp. The mileage is gone. Supplies, $300. So last year, there was a lot of money left over from supplies, and that was because of the rabies shot that were never, I don't know whether they were never gotten or whether the invoice was never given to us, but
Hey.
my feeling is,
Yep,
yeah.
absolutely.
So $300, training $100 because he's required to do 8 hours of training every year. And the Coastal Humane Society
This is what it
fee is
is.
what it is, yep.
Yep.
So it did go down a little bit this year.
Yep.
And I did, as per your request, Mike, I put in all the $25 late fees into the animal control. And so this year we have the $15.59 for the animal control.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's the late fees from registering your dog?
Yeah, so after.
Oh, there was that many?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I made her take it out of her budget and put it in this.
Well,
So,
that's where it really should be, yeah.
Yeah, it should.
I brought it right
and
down.
he's supposed to, as a licensed or certified animal control officer, do 8 hours a year of continuing CE.
Required, yes.
And we don't know if it was done this year or not,
I did not receive any invoices for it or any communication that he had.
or certification that it was in
That should
fact
be in the
completed.
reports that we're hopefully gonna be getting here shortly, I hope.
I did send out that letter.
Figure for the late fees for the animals.
They're $25 a piece.
Okay, and you said how much more?
$1,559. That's the late
Like it.
fees. Well, it's not all late fees.
It's probably because they had a hard time
Okay.
catching the dogs trying to
Thank
strap
you.
that thing to this butt. That
What?
plate. Registration plate.
What's next?
I don't know, do we want to go, I was going to do a couple, but do you want to do assessing?
Yep.
Sure. Do you guys have assessing?
No, we don't have assessing, we don't have cemeteries, we don't
But
have,
assessing,
We did all this last time.
assessing is
That was
a
from
contracted rate.
Last meeting.
Right, I have it, I
That
just left
stuff.
it sitting on the piano at my house.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Oh,
But
maybe.
assessing is a contracted amount,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, it is a contracted amount, there's a little bit of extra in it.
I'll go over it then. Look good?
There's tax mapping, which is the 1,600, transfers 400, postage office supplies 150, so it went up $100 from last year, and it's all raised. There's no fund for this one.
And I wasn't here the last time, so.
Right, now I do have cemetery, conservation, Eureka.
So do you have a pile of papers
Probably somewhere.
Maybe in your office.
in your box, I bet?
No, it's not in there.
Yeah.
No, you took it and put it
Yeah,
home.
I'm just
Okay.
saying, I don't know where it is, but yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'm gonna say probably. Cemeteries.
The cemeteries, oh, you guys are easy. Cemeteries.
I like to cut where I can, but if I can't cut, I mean,
3,500 for the mowing, 500, they need extra money for.
now the mowing is, no, this is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Is it a contract we going, or?
It's a year-to-year contract. Joe Donovic contracts with Yankee Yard Works generally for a flat fee.
Yeah, but,
It's been the same for,
I was gonna say, it hasn't changed in the,
right, it
this
hasn't.
goes back to
Must be in my other
2012.
book.
Yeah.
$500 for equipment and materials because they want to do a little bit of renovations to repair Bradbury Cemetery.
They spent that last year, right?
They did not spend that last year.
Right.
Right, there was 100,
It was 100 last year. This
it
year they're
didn't
asking
get
for 500.
They never spent nothing last year, the 100 they spent, they never spent the 100 last year, they're
They want 500 this year because they want to do some actual repair
super,
and
hopefully do.
control erosion.
All right.
Flags, they just said they need 200 for the flags because they still have a lot. So 4,200, which is actually an increase of $350, and most of that is for the repair that they want to do on the cemetery.
and no big
Cemeteries,
restoration
right?
projects.
Cemeteries. Well, it's particularly, they want Bradbury Cemetery has a
Okay.
couple of issues, I guess.
All right. Conservation?
Conservation is the same every year.
Right, it's the $2,000 for 4-H club.
Yep. And the $100 for dues, and then $50 for supplies, which they never use, but
Does the conservation committee meet?
no. As far as I know, they really don't.
So that being the case, what is it that we're paying $100 in dues for, just out
Right.
of
The
curiosity?
dues, quite frankly, are actually donations to the Androscoggin Land Trust, and I think the other one's the Royal River. So it's a couple of conservation groups in the area, and we pay them $50 a year each.
And we're getting back.
Right,
In past years, the Conservation Committee has spent some of this money, or has spent the money, am I correct? Back
They
when-
spend most of it every year.
Right, back when John Ackerman was there, and,
They spend $2,100 every year. It's the $50 in supplies that they never seem to spend, which is, fine.
do we have a list of who's on that committee somewhere?
As far as I know, there's only 2 members of the committee at this moment,
Oh, we should,
and they don't meet.
they used to though,
Yes.
at one time, because I know some that was on it, but they,
And with some of the things that are happening now, with Paul and his,
with Runaround Pond, with the comprehensive
Yes.
plan committee, it may be something that heats up a little bit more, and there
we
may be
may
some
want to
interest.
Yeah.
rejuvenate the.
right, that's what I was getting
Conservation
at.
Commission,
Maybe
yeah.
we should touch base with the 2 people and kind of put that out there and see if we can,
Yeah.
I know
Drum
they-
up some interest. I
Yeah.
think there might be some people in town that would be interested in,
yeah, I would think so.
doing some work on the river part too, clearing the trails and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and
It'd be a good idea to put that out there. Maybe you can contact whoever the 2 that we do have. There used to be, I wanna say there was 5 or 6 on there, or 6 or 7 at one time.
I know it was very active at
Yeah.
one time, and they were very instrumental in getting the river park done the way it is now. But after the river park was finished, I think they just kind of petered away for a little bit.
But,
So donations, do we have a list of people that have solicited us for donations this year?
I don't feel it's complete.
yeah, I remember seeing that one, and.
Yeah, there's
seems-
only 4
Yeah,
solicitations I've received so far, so I think I'm gonna give them another week and see what
Okay.
happens.
that was the one that usually we gave out basically $3,000, right? Was that the one? It was 500 to 6,
3,000,
right?
yes.
Right, yes.
Rika?
I have
Lisa?
Jeff's book, and of course, he has all of the ones from previous weeks, all organized in his.
So there's conservation, administration. Okay, here's Eureka.
That's solid waste, that ain't.
So Eureka's not, it doesn't look like they're planning any major,
No, nothing major this year. They're working very hard at trying to increase their capital fund, and just working at trying to get people to rent it and get it used.
I did note that it doesn't include any offset for rentals. Has there been any rental income?
There is an is it not on there?
Oh, it's not on this
Okay.
version of it.
There was $540 worth of rentals that will be
Okay.
used to offset this budget. So it did go down by $533. Most of that is for propane, because We didn't use much propane, and we have that new contract. So that lowered it by $1,000.
Super.
They wanted to do some specific repairs, so we did put some extra money in the repairs line. We went from $750, which we overspent this year, to $1,200.
Are there some specific repairs that need to be done, or is it just sort of general?
Just sort of general. It wasn't very specific. General assistance, 3,000. We're just gonna stay status quo. We didn't spend 3,000 this year. We only spent about 450.
Parks and Recreation, is that what we're on?
Yeah. I was actually planning on doing tonight. I finally got most of the information I need. I still have not received an actual request from the Snowmobile Club, but I did put it in there. So the sanitation has gone down to $600.
Nice.
That's $250 twice to pump, plus $100 for toilet paper. Park maintenance, $400. Why did I put that in there? For, I guess, for just anything that we need to do. Maybe we could put that.
We didn't spend it last year, I see.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember why I put it in as 400 this year.
I see a 100 here.
Did I?
Oh, this
Am I seeing
one's-
something wrong?
Yeah,
Am I wrong?
13 or 14, there was 100.
Yeah, I see
Right,
line
it was-
45, right?
Line,
100.
I have it
line-
as line
Oh,
20.
no.
Park maintenance,
Park maintenance.
14, 100, 100, 200, 200, and then,
Oh, I'm on a different park maintenance line. I was up on this park maintenance line.
Right.
All right, yeah. All right, yeah, okay. Thank you. I was on the wrong one.
Well, you said 100, I found it, but it was a different year.
I
Right
think
there.
I put the $400 with the thought that if anything happened to our new Porto
Or
potty
just to
thing.
clean in the, over there and.
Yeah, if we ever had to do anything.
I don't know about that. Christ.
So
I mean-
River, then down to River Park, just $100 for the park maintenance. We put it in there every year. We don't generally spend it, but it just goes back into the fund pretty much anyways.
So we don't know why, back up to the one runaround. We don't know why we have the park maintenance going up $200. We just,
I put it in there with the thought in mind that we might have to do some repairs to the
The new
potty
privet.
thing.
so you're already putting money in there for vandalism, is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of hoping that the
I don't know, I'm just
people will
asking.
police that themselves and keep the vandals at bay and
I mean, it's
they
costing.
catch them, smack them. I mean,
Well, it's
address it.
beautiful, and the fact that it's so far out too, I think makes it a little bit more difficult to
Well, you would think
vandalize,
that the
but-
people would kind of appreciate that, but there are some people that have a different types of appreciation.
Right. So then electricity for the River Park, and that's $180. It's $15 a month. War Memorial Park, last year we had put in $5,000 to work on the gazebo, and it was not spent because we haven't been able to get anybody to do the gazebo. So I've put it back in there this year with the thought, and hopefully that this summer we can
Something's
get
gotta
it
happen.
fixed. 108, there's money in there also for new flags. I also have to talk to Paul, the flag pole that holds the American flag is listing. So we need to, he doesn't feel it's safe to put the flag back up until we fix that problem.
Okay, that's what the Boy Scouts put in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how they're gonna go about, whether we're gonna fix it or whether they're gonna fix it, or I think that Paul would prefer that we put a different kind of footing in.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
we also
Well,
need
if they
to
only
figure
went
out.
down 3 feet, that someone said he thought that's probably the problem. They should have gone down 4, probably 5 on that.
Yeah.
It's a big flag.
I
Yeah.
also would have rather had it square
Yep.
or rectangular as
Instead of
opposed
the
to a round.
sonotube, it did.
Yeah. So
Well, that could go either way, but just going deep enough would be the trick.
All right.
so then the 880 for electricity parade. Joe Howe has been working very hard at making sure that the flags along the parade route are up and nice, and so he replaces some of them every year. So he's asked this year for $1,000 to help with that. He didn't get a chance, time ran out last year, so he didn't get to spend it all, but he had meant to. So that's why the extra money this year is kind of a combination of the 2 years. The Tri-Town Penguins, I haven't received anything from them, but I think we usually give them $1,100. The boosters have requested again the $3,750. That's the second half of the $7,000 that they'd wanted. And the youth baseball has requested $1,500. The baseball people are also going to come and see you guys next Tuesday to discuss what plans that they have for their property that they've leased from the town. So they will come and
Good, I got
discuss.
some questions about
Property
that.
over here.
I think it's over the
It's on, is it on Swamp Road?
Swamp
or-
Road. That's the
yeah.
one they cleared on the right there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I got questions about that too. I'm glad they're gonna come.
Yeah,
Good,
they're gonna come next Tuesday.
good.
So that's where we are. So the 13,970, it's a slight decrease, mostly because of the money that we took out of sanitation and the runaround park. And it all comes out of appropriated funds.
What does how are we on our balance on the recreation fund?
Well, if you look on the very beginning, under overview, there should be an assigned balance fund sheet. It's the very, very first piece of paper on your overview. And if you look down to where the state parks, runaround pond, and the recreation fund are. So, we underspent those lines by quite a bit. And as a rule, we don't necessarily put the money back in. This year I took $5,500 and put it back into the recreation fund, that being the money for, do you not have it?
I do.
I'm talking to Mike.
I got it.
I got two of them then.
The $5,500, that is something that I have the ability to do if we want to. And that money is earmarked basically for the War Memorial Park gazebo. So I didn't want that money to go back into the other fund.
Okay.
So,
What?
so that gives us plenty of money.
Oh, okay, I see, that one's separate, okay.
I just know that we generally spend more in that line than we take in
We do.
fees, so I wanted to make sure that we weren't just running all of that out and then,
Well, I figured because we really need to fix the gazebo, I needed to leave some of that money in there for the gazebo. Okay, so that's Parks and Rec. Look at this, we're flipping through. Planning Board. We didn't have a meeting in January, so I actually got to decrease it by $300 because there was no meeting.
Like that.
Look at that. So this is a reflection of the possibility of having a meeting every month for the planning board, plus 4 ordinance meetings. They're not planning on hiring anybody to do their ordinance for them this year, so there's not a lot of money down under ordinance review, but we'll get to that in a second. Planning board secretary, and then the raised pool for planning, and that's just for the secretary. FICA, Medicare, advertising, most of their advertising gets reimbursed because of, the advertising is mostly for the appeals boards, and the people who bring the appeals are required by ordinance to reimburse the town for advertising, but nonetheless, the Historic District Commission does do some advertising. Training, that money is for the Historic District Commission. They've requested $1,000 for training. I think I included, did I include? I don't know. I may have included in your,
is there specific training? Last year they requested 850 and they only spent 550.
this year they've requested 1,000, commission training. Okay, so they want continued ordinance training in order for the commission to include new members. That's 500. They want to do the Maine Preservation Commission meeting to discuss historic districts, so they ask somebody to come into their meeting, 150. And they want to initiate Historic District Commission outreach program, public events, special meetings, and communication, and that's 350. So that's what they've requested. Plus the 150 for postage and document fees. So that is what the training is for. It's for the Historic District Commission. Supplies, basic supplies, postage, basic postage, most of that's, I lowered it this time. I had given them quite a bit of postage last time because
I see that.
of the certified mail. But again, the appeals board gets reimbursed for their certified mail. And quite frankly, most of it goes under the administrative, so I just put the 150 for the Historic District Commission, so, and I upped my budget because we needed it. Legal, $1,000, that's so that the ordinance people or the planning board or the appeals board can contact Jack and talk to him about any other issues, or Paul does too. 7,700 is what the comprehensive plan committee is requesting this year, and I did put in here public meeting facilitation. That's actually hiring somebody to facilitate visioning. GPCOG support, I know they're thinking of hiring GPCOG for certain numbers of the actual writing of the project and doing some of the putting together the figures. Supplies, advertising, and postage. They're thinking about doing a townwide mailing.
Right, and I believe they have a visioning meeting already scheduled.
They do, on the 31st of January, there's a visioning meeting. I've contacted all the newspapers so that we can get some hopefully free advertisement. And we'll see how that one goes. The $500 for the ordinance review is for the public meeting advertising that they're gonna have to do before I think there's some changes they want to put in the warrant this year, but they're going to have to do a public meeting or a public workshop before that, so that's what that $500 is for. But they're not hiring anybody, so that's why it's gone down from 5,000 to only 500. So there's that. Roads, Calvin is not quite ready yet. Solid waste, I've included 18, 19, and 20 in your budget sheets now, so.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So there's one there's one for Pine Tree Waste, there's one for Tice Waste, and then there's the difference between the two, the percentage and the actual dollar amount difference.
Yep.
Telecommunications. The reason my budget was so good this year is because Jeffrey Layton has agreed to take on some of the expenses in his budget.
I do need to back up for a second.
Nope, that's
This one.
And the planning board, looking at the bottom line, planning board appeals budget,
Yeah,
you have a 2016 budget of $16,474, a 2017 budget of $17,697, which you indicate is an increase of $2,660, but that's not. That's an increase of $1,223.
my math off.
So I just didn't know if I was missing something in there that we need to add, or
65, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 9,500. No, it looks like that's about the 17,697 is the right figure, so I guess that last one must be wrong, so I will fix that.
All right, where are we?
Telecommunications.
Do I have that one?
Wait to the back. Yeah.
Should,
Last one.
Oh, right here.
yes.
That's the one that-
Okay,
I didn't have a yellow slip that said that.
so secretary, that's for 6 meetings of the telecommunications committee. They have become more active. They're meeting more and working really hard at getting some of the equipment that they've wanted to get for a while and have money for this year. There's the public information technician, that's Shannon. She's going to be working really hard on getting our website up and running this year. Meetings tech, that's Alden. He's the one that covers all of our meetings for us. And then there's the raise pool, FICA, Medicare. I did move workers' comp into this line. It's not a lot of money, but I'm a little weird about matching things. Access channel expense, that $3,000 is for streaming on the internet and also on the channel. That's what we're going to have to pay this year. Emails for the committees. It went up because I took, every month we pay $69.90 to Comcast for emails, and that had always been under website expense. but it's not a website expense, it's an email expense, because that's what it's for the emails. So I've moved that into the email expense, which is why it looks like the email expense has gone up so horrendously.
Makes sense.
IT support, there's a contract that we're looking at possibly getting into this year, whereby we would have a company that would support us for IT, and we'd have a certain number of hours that these people would help us with our IT in the town, and this would include the fire, public works, and here.
Is this part of what Josh was talking about the other
Yes.
night?
Yes.
Because that doesn't sound like the number that he was talking about.
It's a little more. It's about $1,000 more.
Well, actually, I thought it was less than what he talked about, but maybe
Oh,
I'm
but that
wrong.
doesn't include the server and stuff.
Oh, okay,
So we haven't gotten there yet.
okay.
Postage and supplies, that's mostly supplies. Those are compact discs and cords and other sort of things that they might need. The technology hardware includes a server, and there's paperwork behind this. It's a server and a Sonic Wall network security appliance.
All right, that's what he was talking about right there.
Yes.
Okay.
So we don't want to widely put these
Right.
numbers about, but this is
Yep.
the quotes that we've gotten. So that'll cover that. Technology software, that's just in case Shannon needs any publishing software or anything like that in order to do the publishing, to put stuff on our web. Town reports printing, that's where the town reports are. That might figure, I think, is a little high, but the money will go back into the franchise. That's the highest figure that I received as a quote. And because we're planning on putting some color in it this year because of the photo contest, it's a little more expensive. So that's where the 2,500 is.
Well, that's about what we spent last year anyways.
It is, but I can make it work.
Okay.
$500 for training, that's for Shannon in case she needs any training on any of the equipment that we're purchasing. And then the website expense includes the $3,000 for the second half of the contract that we're going to owe, the $1,850 for the hosting, and the $1,500 in case they need extra money in order to incorporate the fire department into our website. They said it would be less than the $1,500, but I want to make sure that we have the whole amount in there. So the total amount adds up to the $53,221, which all comes out of the franchise fees, and they have $92,000 in the franchise fees, so there's plenty of money for that.
The $10,000 of the equipment grant in
Mhm.
2016, which looks like we did not use all of, we had
We did not.
3,000. Do we still?
We have the money, so what I
It
did
didn't
is.
go away. That was
It
my
didn't
only
go-
concern. Is
It
that-
didn't go away, so what I did is, I think that the way that I had recorded it to begin with was incorrect. So me and the auditors together made it so that it went into our grant fund line. So it's not something that we have to appropriate. That's already received these monies are earmarked specifically for this technology.
Terrific. I just want to make sure it wasn't like a deadline to use it.
No, no. Perfect. And that's that, unless you guys have questions on other stuff.
The quotes that, I know Josh put together the quotes on the IT support. And I don't know whether or not we have an obligation to seek some additional quotes. I know he was very comfortable with this company, but
You should always get more than one quote.
I would probably feel more comfortable if we had a couple other options. I have circulated an email around to people to ask them about people, who they use, and there are a couple other options that we could look into. I think we need to find somebody, though, that we're comfortable with, because once they know our system, it's a lot less expensive to keep them on board, so they don't have to start from, square one.
Absolutely.
I'm all for putting money aside, but like you said, we gotta at least get 3 quotes.
right, and I
yeah.
didn't, where we're talking about purchasing some equipment, kind of redoing that whole system, I didn't know if it was a quote process or a formal RFP, or kind of what the,
Well, for the equipment, I think you could probably, I don't know.
just something to think about. I don't need
Yeah.
just, I want to make sure that we're following all of our purchasing
I
requirements.
I think we could look around and see, you know, we could have specific, I mean, even if we put it out for an RFP, we'd want specific requirements, which I'm sure Josh could help me with as far
Right,
as.
well, that's what I was thinking about with the formal RFP, is that we do have very specific requirements, and we need to make sure that all of those lines are ticked off.
Yep.
So the only other budget we're waiting for is Calvin's.
We're waiting for Calvin's budget, yeah, that's.
Is there any indication
The
he's gonna be ready or what?
I told him to be ready next Tuesday. So I've worked out his payroll. We're looking into the possibility of hiring another person this year. You know, a fifth person like we've always talked about. We underspent payroll this year by quite a bit, so I think actually if we underspent a lot on there, so I think we could actually incorporate the money, the extra that he may have in his budget into the new person, so it may not really raise his budget even if we hire a new person.
Does he, I know we talked about this last year, and just because I don't have it in front of me, I know he tends to break it out as summer and winter for
He
for payroll.
does.
And and the reason for that is I'm hesitant to jump too much into underspending payroll when we had such a mild winter last year, that I don't want to sort of use that as our baseline.
Right, yeah, I agree.
Okay, I'll look at it again.
Okay, so with that, I'm just thinking ahead as to meetings, if we're gonna go over any of this. I mean, I want Jeff to be here when we do, if we're gonna revisit some of the fire chief stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Or any that we're gonna.
Yeah.
Do we have time, besides next Tuesday, set aside, because I know everybody wants to be, they wanna be on this before they go to vacation for February because of the February vacation.
Right, so I think we're probably gonna have to start the process with the budget committee the first week in February, which is not next week, but the week after.
Right.
So by the end of next week, we should have
have this.
this pretty,
Revisit everybody and.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so do we wanna wait till after Tuesday's meeting and decide if we should meet again either Thursday or something? Or- Okay,
Yep.
all right. So I wanna make sure we try to give them time. I get the February thing, so
yeah.
I'm not taking off from school, but I know others are, so.
My February vacation is,
It's the
Right,
third,
it's
fourth,
Third week, I think,
yeah,
third
it's,
week in February.
right.
yeah.
As long as we get
Because-
the budget done, I would like to get it to the printers about March 1st,
Now, I know it's a Saturday, but what's the date for our town meeting this year?
April 1st, April Fool's Day.
It is April, it is the first,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be.
So the election's gonna be the
Fool's Day.
31st.
And we hereby elect you to run it because Jeff has a work commitment that day.
Bummer for him.
He has some big project he's been working on for a really
We all
long
set?
time that goes
I guess
live
so, we're
that
all
weekend.
set, Alden. Oh, do you wanna adjourn the meeting, or?
It's a workshop, so I don't know that we have to.